I joined DePaul in 1976. It was a very small agency, just a mental health clinic. We decided that we had to develop and decided to hire a administrator. So I was on the search committee looking for an administrator. We interviewed several candidates, one of whom was Mark Fuller, and we knew we had our man. I left the interview, and Sister Ann William, who was president of St. Mary's Hospital, she and I got out in the corridor and we looked at each other and we said, he's the one. And so that was it. So that was 1979, 3 years after I came on the board. Mark did well in the interview. He had good credentials, and he was working in Genesee County mental health at the time. I felt a little sorry for him at one moment because he said, when you're in a rural county, if you go to the Board of Supervisors for money, you'll get it if you want to build a road, but you won't get it for human services. We went through the interview, and it wasn't the most comfortable situation because we were in an old school building where you couldn't control the heat, and the office was terribly hot. And Dr. Sullivan had a couch in the office, one leg of which was broken, and he had it propped up with books. So Mark's sitting on an angle, and we're in front of him. And so anyway, he still remembers that. We tried to judge his vision of what we might be able to do. And he mentioned that he thought housing would be a coming thing, up-and-coming thing in mental health. And sure enough, that's the direction in which he took us. And it wasn't long before we opened our first residence on West Avenue. And it just kept going from there to where we are today. The development was gradual, of course. And so it's now that I look back, and I remember that first house on West Avenue with 14 people in it, and then one over at Jones Park with another 14. And then I look at our annual statements now where we have 2,700 beds. He knows where he wants to go, and he has a steady hand to move us forward. And, you know, 2 or 3 of us on the board got to the point where every time we come to a board meeting, we'd start off by saying, I wonder what we're going to buy today. And very often he would say, there's a place for sale down in North Carolina I want to buy. But it was gradual development, but very good. I think we've had a remarkable effect in the community. We have taken care of people that some other agencies would not take care of. When the community starts coming to you, and Monroe County has done this more than once, where they'd like to see something done, and they come to Mark and say, would you do this? And as that keeps happening, and as the state keeps asking you to do things, then you know that you've made an impact. We were in the right place at the right time, and had the right leadership and the right opportunities to do this, and it worked out well. As I say, when you've got 2,000 beds, you're dealing for a lot of people in a lot of different settings with a lot of different needs, and we do very well. And if I sound like I'm boasting, I am. We talk about the board and we talk about the administration and all that, but the employees are the ones who really pull it off, and they do. So I think for the future, we're going to be keeping our thumb on the pulse of what's up and coming in the industry and decide where DePaul should move and whether it should move. We'll keep doing what we do well, and we'll keep looking for ways to enhance that and to go into new ventures that are compatible with our mission statement.